Michael Keller, you're from Charin, and we're going to talk about the charging at the moment.
So this truck is designed for 1.2 megawatt because that's relevant for the use of the long-haul trucks because of 4 hours driving, 40 minutes pause, and then they can charge it. But the whole system is up to 4.5 megawatt design. So the connector in the system, and that's what potentially is also used for the mining, the ferries, and all the other applications.
God, what will you do to the grid? The grid will collapse if you have a bunch of these things connected.
Yeah, that's an important thing. But for example, on the highways, we already have a lot of high power chargers from the CCS system, and we have here on the EVS show also companies who are supplying these equipments, so the charging equipments. Yeah. I can show you 2 things here. It's really nice to have both here on the corner. Yeah. Here you can see the Ionity charger. They have a big network in Europe, and all their chargers are plug-and-charge capable. So plug-and-charge means you don't need any card, anything. Your contract is digital in your car as a certificate, and then you just plug in and authentication and charging starts on its own. And the background you can see also over there, hub checked. Yeah. They are doing the contract handling in the background in the backbone system to handle between your contract and the CPOs and then the car. And you can also see there the car, the Volkswagen ID.5, and they drove from Berlin to Norway by only doing plug and charge.
Okay. So it's really gonna come. I mean, all these standards, because I mean, I think you have been talking about it for 5 years, and now the first product. I mean, standardization takes a little time, huh?
It takes time, but there were some companies having already this installed before the standard was published. The standard is published now. Now this year, more and more cars are coming, and also a lot of infrastructure companies are looking for that, and they are preparing themselves. And it's on the road, it's existing, and now having more and more cars ready for that, it's really boosting. I'm totally.
Is it an AC standard or a DC standard or both?
Public charge, plug and charge is doing both.
Both. Okay. So now, question: we have a couple of million chargers outside, charging slow poles, so slow charging poles. Will they be software upgradable, or is it hardware difficult?
It's hardware related because you have intelligent communication, the AC charger, and only few have them. But if you're installing now and you want to attract your customer, you have to have that. And they are AC chargers.
The old stuff needs to be upgraded to basically support plug and charge.
But I would even love to have these existing AC chargers be upgraded not only for plug and charge, but also for bidirectional charge or smart charging. Because if you have some charging positions where the car stands longer, like in front of your company, where you're doing your working shift, is parked for 8 hours, that's a very good opportunity to also support the grid, or at least charge smart in the area, on the time frames where the grid is capable of the power and where also renewable energy is available.
Unbelievable important to keep the grid alive and to also integrate solar. So when is vehicle to grid coming to a standard which is going to work? Is it another 10 years?
It's not. It's really not. We also try and supporting the next ISO version. It's ISO 15118-20, and with
that's the -20. That's the vehicle to grid standard,
And this takes all the existing functions with them, improving it, also regarding security and performance. And then you also will have available bidirectional charging, grid integration, smart charging, and that has already been drafted out. So already first companies integrating that. And for next year, there are several cars announced, and also I have heard from Volkswagen that all their ID models will be able to upgrade later also for
software and by software.
Bidirectional,
Okay. So the hardware is already there, but the software just needs to be installed. It's the same as Tesla said. So they also they are able to do it with software. They just need to decide that to renew it. But it's really important to make the grid stable, right?
Yeah, that's exactly the point. And for me, it's not only the grid, because grid is only one part of the chain. It's more or less.
I mean, it's a little important. But let me ask. Last point is spot price. There also, to keep it stable, sometimes the electricity is 30 times more expensive than at the low level. How is that going to be standardized?
You're coming exactly to the point I would like to mention, because the grid is one part of the chain. But you have to have all the knowledge about the grid status and the spot price. They are already available. And we have to follow these prices.
Is that standardized, or is that a standard, or is that just implemented on the fly?
For energy contracting, there are existing platforms. but we need also more interfaces in regards of in regards of having the information available for all these service providers, because they are providing then the interaction between grid and energy, and also vehicle and grid, and that's something what has to be developed. But
the pricing transparency for the consumer, but especially for the app which regulates the behavior, is going to be very important. So in 2025, will this vehicle, the grid, plug and charge, will it all work and will it be normal?
Megawatt charging will be 25 being the better solution for all the long-haul trucks, because of the indication that then that's a cost breaking point. They will deliver, I don't know, 50, 80, 90% electric trucks after 2025. Regarding smart I see there's still some time to go, because, like you mentioned, we need some interaction between different roles and industry parts of the whole chain. But that will be discussed. That's a big discussion also in Europe, in the European Commission about that. But plug and charge for me is a check mark. It's just that we have Pioneer's company doing that on a previous version. Now the version is published. We have a lot of companies doing that, and also here on the EVS show you see plug and charge available, ready supporter. And products, but also you have V2Grid ready products from the infrastructure side.
Thank you for all your work. Really exciting, and I hope that the vision will be true, that 2025 most of the things will be fixed. Thank you.
Very positive, and hope to see you soon then again and see that's happening.
Okay, thank you.
Great.